Michelle? All right, guys, whenever you're ready.
Hi, my name is Juan Ramirez, that's Nikos Vandelis, and that's Jack Rowe. Big Swoop couldn't make it today, but we make up Perfect Fit. Perfect Fit is a website that provides an accurate sizing data based on the measurements you provide. Meet Dan. Dan is a 48-year-old stay-at-home dad who loves to hang out with his friends and watch Sunday football. One thing Dan hates to do is go to the mall because he knows it's going to take him a while to find his perfect size. Dan is like many others, as the average 45 to 56-year-old spends 2.5 hours at the mall. Meet Brooke. Brooke is a 17-year-old in high school, and she's looking forward to go to the ball. She loves hanging out with her friends and being on social media, and one thing she loves to do is shop for clothes online. Brooke got invited to her best friend's birthday party. So what she did, she ordered a white shirt, and when it got there the day before her party, she tried it on, but it didn't fit. She was very frustrated, and she had to do what many others do, return it. As 40% of clothes bought online are returned, and $260 billion in merchandise was returned in just last year. Perfect Fit says no to returns, as we will be offering 100% accurate size for the clothes that you want. This is what our homepage would look like for our website. You would go to create an account, and you would ask for a username and a password. You would enter your sizes, and these are just broad sizes that you would need. Once you enter the sizes, you won't ever need to enter them again, as a profile is created for our website.
After entering your size, you'll then pick your favorite brands such as Nike, Adidas, Lululemon, and many more. The third step is finding your favorite clothing styles by inputting a general term such as black sweatshirt. You'll then be prompted to an array of different types of clothing that you will choose, and then you'll be recommended to later on in the process. In the fourth step, you have now found a product that you've liked. You find your perfect fit by choosing the purple square. This will be our landing page and how we test our minimal viable product. You enter your email, and then we'd send you information in the future. Our product is convenient, diverse, and provides accurate sizing for all. It's convenient because it eliminates the need of shopping for hours at malls and stores. We also make sure that you don't have to return products, because that is just a hassle for everyone. It's diverse because we give you different options of styles and clothing for your clothing needs. We provide accurate sizing for the average person by comparing the size of the clothing and the measurements they provided in the first step. Our three main competitors are Fit Analytics, Virtue Size, and True Fit. They all differ from us in one main way. All these companies are directly selling to large companies such as Nike. These companies really don't care about their consumers, and often aren't really helpful. Our product is different because we would directly sell to the consumer.
This is our total addressable market of $102 billion. This is the amount of online clothing retail that was generated as of 2018 alone. Now, to find our serviceable addressable market, we found the amount of men like Dan in the country and the amount of girls like Brooke in the country. So men ages 35 to 44 makes up about 6.2% of the entire U.S. population, and girls like Brooke, age 16 to 25, make up about 6.4% of the U.S. population. So we multiplied that 327 million being the amount of people in the United States by the 0.62, 0.062, and 0.064 to find the amount of people in Perfect Dan. We then multiplied by 0.4 being the people in the upper to middle class in America. And then we multiplied by 12 being the amount that we believe a number of times people will try to purchase off of our website. And then this $2.80 is where our referral program comes in. So most clothing websites have an average price of about $40 on their clothing items. The way that we would make money is by having a code embedded into the link that we provide our customers, where they're then prompted to go to the certain clothing item that they want to go. So the companies can have a record of how many links we provide to our customers who found their way to those websites. So the average commission that we would receive is around 7%. So since the average clothing item is $40, 7% of $40 is $2.80. So around $272.5 million comes from the amount of men like Dan, and $281.3 million comes from the amount of girls like Brooke, and this number totals to about $553.8 million. This is a huge market that we would love to try to get as much of as possible, and we would reach these $553.8 million by using advertising on Facebook and Instagram. The Facebook and Instagram free side, we would create our own accounts, so that would be about 500 followers per each account. And then there is a local news segment at our school called BHS TV that airs every Wednesday, so we can do a little segment on there, and every Wednesday that reaches out to everybody in the whole school, so about 3,000 people. And on our free advertising, this would be about 4,000 people who can figure out and know about our website. And then on our paid advertising side, we would have Facebook and Instagram as well. So Facebook and Instagram advertising, Facebook to try to get out to all the men like Dan out there, and Instagram to try to get out to all the girls like Brooke there. So we'll get into the cost of those in a little bit. But the risks that we are going to be testing in our MVP are our customer segment to see if Brooke and Dan are really the right people to be advertising to. Our revenue streams to see if this is an adequate way to make money and if we'll have enough money to run our business. Our solution to see if this is the best possible way to get and fix this problem. And then beginning January 3rd through May, we would like to test these parts of our business model using our landing page, which we explored earlier, our survey, which we would send to the people who leave their email on our site, asking them some things like, what did you like most about our site? Would you pay a price for this, or do you like how it was before? And some things about their demographics, like to see if Brooke and Dan are, again, the right people to be going after. And the email visitors, we can email them more in advance or more after they ask the survey to elaborate, or ask them more questions that are tailored to more what they answered. Now the tools that we would be using are Wix to create the website, so that's $27 a month for 4 months, gets us that number. Google Form, the survey that we would be sending, is free, and then MailChimp is also free. That's how we would gather the emails, and we'd, again, use them to send the survey. And then Instagram is $80. This is for advertising, so it's an 80 cents per click. So per click, we multiply that by 100, guessing that we would have about $100, or 100 clicks on our advertisement. But we do believe there is some leniency there. And then Facebook, it's about $7, a little over $7 per 1,000 views on our website. So $7 to $7 and a little over $7 times 3. This is per views, so it's much different than clicks. So views is just people who can like scroll past our advertisement. That counts as a view. So we multiply that by 3, guessing that we'd have about 3,000 views. So altogether, it's around 7,000-ish people who are going to see our advertisements. And altogether, this adds up to about $209.57 plus the Cook County 9% sales tax. And we are asking you for $230 to please help and implement our MVP so that we can gather emails to email the people who leave them and ask them more about themselves, ask them sort of things that we would like to see if people actually want our website. So that's how we would be testing our MVP and the ways that we would like to test our success. Thank you. Perfect fit. Shop, don't drop.
So help me understand a little bit more about who your customer is, and just tell me where maybe go back to the beginning where you have the button or the link on the site. So are you envisioning you're gonna have your own website and you're gonna rep or have links to everybody else's product?
Well, yeah, we would contact the website and see, or the clothing manufacturer, and see if they would be comfortable giving us, or like a little area to have a link towards their site. And then we would tell them that we would ask for a commission on the clothing item if it's bought.
Those are big asks.
Sorry, the money? Yeah.
No, real estate on
Oh, yeah,
a
yeah.
clothing provider's website.
Well, hold on, let me clarify that.
Yeah.
Is that what I'm looking at right now, is that your site or theirs?
Theirs.
Okay.
This is like.
So there's gonna
yeah.
be like a branded, like, you wanna click perfect fit.
Or we might not have this, but we might be able to have like a little just sort of circle on their site. And it wouldn't pop up for everybody, it would only pop up for the people that we direct to their site.
Okay, but they have to go to your site first.
Yeah, in order for us to be able to get the commission.
Mhm.
And that's what we're trying to get.
Mhm.
So in your MVP, you're trying to determine,
How many people would actually use it?
okay, how many would use it and the best way to get people to your site.
Yeah.
Because I'm understanding bits
Yeah.
of the concept. I can't say I'm confident I'm understanding the connections yet, so
Okay.
be patient with me.
Yeah, definitely.
Because I buy into the problem that when people want to order clothes online, one guy's medium is
Yeah.
a different person's definition of a medium.
Yeah,
So I get that, but you're wanting to go directly to me, the end user, and I'm supposed to have an incentive or want to do that because it'll make my shopping experience or the end result better, because I'll actually order clothes that are
Yeah.
the size I'm
Yeah.
expecting them to be.
Because returns are like insane these days, and not many people actually have ever returned an item online, so they have no idea how to.
Oh, really? You haven't met me then. This is a few hoops.
What's the fundamental problem here?
Just the idea that sites have different like ideas of sizes, like a medium and Gap could be like a large in Adidas or something like that, and we're just trying to ask them for their measurements because the sites have measurement data that they constitute as a medium or a large,
Yeah.
and then we could compare.
So isn't really the problem that people don't know what their inseam is?
Well, not necessarily
You don't measure
because,
yours on a regular basis?
No.
well,
That's what I'd ask.
because we were also going to try and have like a little area where we could see if they could have like, they would tell them where it is and what like they're trying to measure and what they could use to measure, but we didn't want to try to add that to make it a little bit less confusing, because it's already kind of confusing as it is.
So why did you go as far as selling product? Like, why not just stop at letting people know if you're gonna buy off of Nike's website, you're a size medium? Why are you choosing to go that extra step to put, Nike's products on your website?
Because
Or
that would
vice
be,
versa.
that was sort of the best way that we found to make commission, because we were, again, struggling with our revenue streams. We were trying to test how much commission we
Yeah.
could make.
Sure.
And
Yeah,
that's
that makes,
definitely the
yeah,
easiest
that
way.
makes
Okay.
sense,
Yeah,
If you prove out.
to me.
yeah, exactly. That's again what we're trying to test.
Yeah.
This is a sticky one, because I buy into the problem is real and
Yeah.
exists, and it's pretty widespread. And being this gift-giving season that we're in, I just completed purchase as a gift. And it was interesting that in picking sizes, that particular clothing manufacturer just said, if you shop this store and fit into these sizes, this is the
Again, yeah,
correlation
that's
to
another
our
thing that we were going to try to
Okay.
advance into, but we sort of found that that would require a great deal of like algorithms and code, and that would require be a lot further down the line where we would actually need a lot more money to try to figure that all out.
Is part of your MVP determining how big of a problem this is for people?
Yes, because on top of our problem interviews,
Because
which
people
we've
might not care
conducted.
that they throw the stuff back. in the
Exactly,
bag.
exactly. That's kind of what we're trying to see. Because the amount of problem interviews we got, we interviewed mostly people from the high school, and being like Brooke on the slideshow, we found that around 85% had the problem. And if we go out into people who actually make their way to our website, we'll find that probably around 90-ish, probably, well, maybe not 90%, but the people that show up to our website will most likely have this problem, and there will be one, we think.
Like, what insights did you get though from Brooke or from the other target, the other segment? Yeah, I have a problem, I'm not sure what size I am in 3 different brands. So like when you did solution interviews, which were, hey, how do you plan to decrease that problem?
Well, using once we actually, if we do actually implement this, we would be able to gather their measurements and then ask the company for theirs, and we'd sort of compare them, and then we'd give them.
What was the,
theirs.
like, I guess, were you able to explain your solution to your customer segment?
Oh, yeah, we had the demo and everything in front of them. and
So
we
what did
showed
they
them.
like about it? What didn't they like about it?
They liked that it was, well, first we thought that they would be good to do like a $4.99 monthly fee, but that was before we realized that we could just do commission. So we asked them about the $4.99, and a lot of people said no to that. But one thing that they did like was the idea of just entering your own measurements. And another thing they didn't like was the idea that they don't know what many of those things are. So we decided that we would also try to
Tutorial,
clarify
education.
that, education, yeah.
All right, so they say, hey, I like I'm in with finding a support system to figure out my
Yeah.
right sizing, right? So,
Basically.
but I'm not willing to pay for it.
Yeah,
So yes, great, I'll come to your website, help me find my right sizes, help me know how to take my measurements.
yeah,
Great, but I'm not gonna pay you for it.
yeah.
Okay.
That's kind of whatever, but, well, maybe not $4.99, but if we
Yeah.
expand it to
But they don't wanna pay for that. They
Yeah,
are like, hey, it's almost
definitely.
like, kind of just educate me
Yeah.
on this, and so
Exactly.
hence you've gotten to this model.
I'm just spitballing here,
Yeah.
but is there something perhaps you could do with, well, in your MVP, were you ever gonna take people's measurements directly?
So that was our idea. On our landing page, after we give them more information, we could give them like an example. They send us a piece of clothing and some of their measurements, and then we give them their perfect fit. It's just an example to show them of what they'd be getting if they use our website.
'Cause maybe,
Yeah, can I riff on Carlos's idea here? So what if you created some sort of service that ultimately goes to the clothing manufacturers? They become your customer,
Yeah,
not
that's also
us
what we were
here.
thinking, because, I mean, that's what, we were trying to be different from our competitors in that way, but there could be many other ways that we're different from our competitors, because everybody else does it like that, so that's just kind of like, we were worried about being able to try to beat them out, so, because they've been around for
Because
longer.
I think what I was hearing from Carlos is one potential service is to do the measurements for people.
Yeah, we were also thinking about that, because if we did it that route, there was also another place called M. Taylor, where they, you like take a picture and they give you like a little suit, and you sort of like turn around and it takes a little camera picture of all of your measurements. But they have their own like clothing that they sell from their site, so that could be something that we could use.
This is a tough one to get at, guys. How much do you love this problem?
I really like it because I've had it so much all the time, and I know that, I mean, high school girls have it all the time.
How about you guys?
Well, me as a big guy, I fit different, like, depending on the brand,
Okay.
like I'm a different size, yeah.
All right. So you're committed to tackling this problem in some
Definitely.
fashion.
Definitely.
yeah, I think I'd encourage you to maybe go, try to learn more about this problem by doing things like, I mean, poll the audience, okay, what brands do you shop? You know, what was the size of the last pair of pants you bought from where?
Yeah.
What was the size of the last collared shirt you bought and from where? And then, you know, give people, and like, where do you like to shop? Like, what brand, and just come up with a profile where you're like, okay, hey, listen, if you're ever gonna buy this brand, just make sure to order it in a large, because that's
Yeah,
different than what
definitely.
you're wearing right now.
Yeah.
And just, I don't know, maybe just by gathering more information about, like providing a
Criticize.
benefit to the end consumer, you can get more of an understanding for how to position this product with ultimately the payer. It may be that I'd be willing to pay for a little plug-in on my browser,
Yeah.
like I'll pay $10 so that I have it So like anytime I go to a clothing website, it knows exactly where to look for the size chart,
Mhm.
and it'll know, like, hey, you're a large. So I don't know. I'm
Oh, yeah,
I'm
we
just
also thought of
brainstorming
that.
here, but-
Yeah, that would be a great idea if we
Yeah.
had a little more funds, because we'd have to be able to like reach out and then create the code and to be able to be a widget on devices.
We gotta have a number here.
I don't think you need a code. I
Or,
think
no, you can do it.
you need to just gather data
Just
from a
gather
bunch of
data,
different
yeah.
clothing manufacturers, aggregate their sizing charts, just one big spreadsheet.
Okay,
Just
yeah.
put it in there, and then ask your classmates where they shop, or like, what was the last thing they bought that fit well?
Oh, all right, yeah, I definitely see what you're saying.
You know?
Yeah,
And then you're like, well, where else do you like to shop?
yeah, and then put those in,
And then you just-
definitely.
Like, okay, you're a large in this brand,
Yeah,
you're
perfect.
medium in this brand.
Yeah, if that was the case, then we'd be able to knock out a lot of the ask, or possibly.
Go back to your number sheet so we can look at what you're asking for.
It's mostly our advertisements.
$230
There are some bigger advertisements, but again, if we could come to a place like, where we mediated, we could definitely drop those.
I don't mind a website, because the website, you could actually just have it just be one big page
Yeah,
of
exactly,
clothing
yeah.
manufacturer sizes.
Uh-huh.
So that's cool. It's more about how you allocate your time,
Yeah.
and the questions you're trying to ask.
I don't really know if you need to do so much marketing until
Yeah.
you actually
Yeah,
figure out
that's-
what you're
yeah.
gonna do. I think you're all in investigation stage still
Okay,
about what the solution is. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I would say maybe we approve
Like
100 of it
yeah,
and
108
say,
would most likely be what
you
we
know,
would just ask
but
for.
y'all need to come back with,
Your next steps.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
So what do we got?
$100.
180.
Yeah.
Okay. 108?
Okay.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you
Thank
guys.
you so much.